Knock, knock, knocking on Knockhill's door. All right, so we got Knockhill this week. I like this track. I've done it in the Porsche Cup, which didn't have very much participation at all, and in the TCRs, which had more participation. That was when the track was new, and we had the new Hyundai come out. It's been a while, but it's an interesting track. It can be stressful. Especially in those TCRs, it was pretty stressful for me. The Porsches, with participation being so low, there weren't that many other cars around, but it's a small track. With these smaller cars, I think it should be lots of fun. The thing I'm worried about is if I'm trying to go as fast as I can, it's hard to hold on, so I'm probably gonna have to dial it back just to play it safe. That's kind of what I ended up doing with the Porsches. I did all right. I'm hoping the participation's okay. I don't know what the other track that this car is at this week is at the moment. I could go look, but what's the fun of that? Anyway, I was able to get a 51,939. I think the fast guys are going to be in the 50s, though. I'm going to do my best to hold on, maybe catch some draft and help tow me along. That seemed to work okay at Rudskogen. But yeah, I'm excited for it, and I'm going to show you our lap. I'm going to talk you through how we did it, and then we'll come back here for a little bit, and we'll say goodbye. So here you go.
That last lap was a 52.2. You're less than a tenth off your best. Your last lap time was a 51.9. Sector 3 time is quick.
All right, Knockhill International with our Formula Ford. This is going to be an interesting combo. We got ourselves a 51.939 after some work. Let's go through how we did it. We got a decent exit off of this last corner. Other cars, this last corner is always kind of tough for me, but doing all right this week. It's flat out through here. Let's start finish straight, and then as we come here, and if people are rejoining, you got to be careful about this. We're gonna come over to the left here, on the kind of pit exit area. Then right after the the blue cone, we're going to start thinking about how we're going to slow down, and we're going to start braking kind of where this this gravel trap starts here. We're going to start braking, downshift into third, and just slow down here. We're gonna kind of come up onto this curb a little bit, and just kind of coast down for a little bit. Then we're gonna get back on the throttle all the way, and we're gonna start coming down this way. It's really easy because you're just flying down this hill. It's really easy to get loose here. So this whole section, first section here, is gonna take a lot of practice, because there's a lot of it you got to do by feel, kind of, and if you get it wrong, you're flying off the track, because there's just your connection to the ground is so minimal. But then we're going to come back onto the throttle a little bit here, and then we're going to hit the brakes. I just think of it as like when I'm approaching this is when I'm going to hit the brakes. I don't have like a spot, but if we want to pick a spot, we can do just a little bit before when this curbing starts here, but I'm just more thinking about it's when I'm entering the curbing here. And we're just going to trail off, hold, just coast. Other cars, I would take this a little harder. This one, I try not to take it too much, but once we kind of get past this curb, we're going to start putting the gas back on. Again, on this curb here, I would take, in other cars, I would take it a bit more. Like the TCR and the Porsche Cup are kind of the ones that I've done before, and they will eat that curb a little bit better. But here we're gonna avoid it mostly. We're just gonna clip it a little bit here. This is all full throttle, and then we're gonna lift as we approach this hill here. And this hill is blind and it needs a lot of practice, so you know which way to have the car pointed as you exit. But we're just gonna lift, and we're gonna try and point the car so it's going mostly the direction that we want to go on the exit. So then we're just going to give it some gas once the car kind of settles down. So I'm going to show you that from the outside here too. So as we're approaching, we're wanting to aim the car, so we're kind of going already the direction that we want to go. We're going to take a little bit of this curb here, and then we're turning just a smidge so that our car will go in the direction that we want it to go as we exit this way. Any more to the right and you're going to get an off track, maybe even slow down, kind of depending on how much you take it. But we're just pointing the car already in the direction of travel down this straight here, if that makes sense. It's important to try and practice this so that because like I said, you can't see what's coming up, so you have to just kind of know what's coming as we come over this way, and then put the gas down again as the car settles out is when we want to get the gas put down here. It's one of the trickier little see, as the car hits the ground and kind of hooks back up, that's when we get back to full throttle. People who don't know what they're doing might brake for that corner, so just be prepared for that if you get lap traffic, or you know, if you don't end up qualifying well, if you get some X's as you qualify. Anyway, full throttle through here, and then we're gonna brake kind of as we approach this, kind of as we did for turn that turn in the last section. But yeah, we're gonna start we're braking now, but we're gonna really hit the brakes as we hit this, and then we're gonna kind of coast as we kind of enter the next corner here. Coast a little bit, put a little bit of throttle in, and then full throttle as we pass the apex. And we're using a little bit, we're trying to use all the track that we can here, so our tires have come a little bit over. And this is all full throttle. And then for my braking point here, there is a patch of so you can see, I hope YouTube is showing this well, but you've got this little brown patch here, and then it's a lighter shade of green, and then there's this darker shade of green, and that darker shade of green is my braking point. I kind of like a little bit into it is where I kind of hit the brakes pretty hard here, and then we're gonna trail brake through, so we're just dropping our braking pressure as we're coming in, and then we're just gonna coast a little bit and try and carry our speed as we come up this corner, and then start feeding the throttle in as we straighten out the wheel. On some of these tight corners in this car, I've noticed if you really slam on the brake or gas too early, it'll rev up, but because it's an open differential, once both wheels hook up, you'll lose a lot of revs. So it's trying to avoid that and keep the car going in a straight line as you're accelerating is pretty important. But anyway, we're back to full throttle, And it's just full throttle through the rest of this here. We tear off our whole thing, and we got ourselves a 51,939. All right, so yeah, I'm excited for this. Launching over that hill, that blind hill, is pretty exciting. Once you get it down, until you get to that point, it can be a little bit stressful. I think I'm at the like halfway point where it's fun half the time. Half the time it's really stressful. The downhill part, I at the beginning, like turns 1, 2, still need to work on that myself. Hopefully by the time I roll around and do my races, I'll be a little bit more practiced up and a little bit more confident. But if you want to watch those live when I do them, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman and follow up there. Also, if you like the video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. If you want to subscribe, I super duper appreciate that. We're slowly still marching our way towards that 1,000. It'll take a little bit, but yeah. Till next time. Bye bye.